Alright, should be up again. And this time I switched to a normal latency, so it should be better. I don't know if anyone's actually watching. Well, I will carry on against the string name fiasco. Yeah, so this will make sure that it's valid. Good. Let's see. Hope I can use the V format in we shall see. Okay. I learned how to do Godot source mostly from the documentation. So in the official documentation, under development and engine development, this is basically the holy grail of everything you need to work with the Godot source code. Introduction to development and common engine methods and macros are the main things that I look at. Core types is where I found the string name versus string discrepancy. And then there's all these different tutorials basically. And so like custom modules in C++, which is what this is. It's all like for a module. There's actually some puns in the documentation if you read it closely enough, and I love it. So I have lived on this section of the documentation for a long time now as I'm working on this project. And so that's where everything I found. Obviously, since I'm working with 3.5.1 stable, I'm using that version of the documentation. Yeah, it is. It is documented. It's really cool. There's a lot of things that aren't documented, like there isn't exactly a tutorial on how to make a programming language. And so for some things, I've just been looking at this is the visual script editor. So for Godot, each of the languages, GD script, visual script, it's implemented as a module. And so, at least until Godot 4, I believe it's moving to GD extension. And so because it's a module and I'm making a module too, I can look at the code for the existing stable, well-used modules and just take code that works and then tweak it to what I need it to be. And by doing that, I'm just kind of slowly trial and error learning my way around. I'm starting to get the hang of this. I would highly recommend maybe not a programming language as the first thing, but making some custom modules if you want to get into working with the engine. It's actually pretty approachable if you know where to look, which is the documentation. If I didn't know about the documentation until I went looking, and unfortunately I had already been working on a while. I already have it up. Ooh. Okay, so that's helpful. So it is not valid string name. You're welcome. I kind of want to see if I can help with the documentation once I have a better handle on this and maybe when I have a little more free time. Because there are some segments where it would be helpful to have better documentation. But then the other half is just, I don't know where to look. And so, take some time to learn how to look. Maybe I could do that. So we will go with I shouldn't use new. This is not other languages. Yeah, so that's still making it null. Okay. We will go to search. Do I need to use string name? Change that real quick and just make sure that that wasn't the problem. I forgot I did that. Back to the same problem, I guess. That's not actually very helpful. Neither is that, frankly. Okay. Oh, and it's an equals in here, so using debugging tools. Should be smart. Should be helpful and do what I need it to, hopefully. No local variables, are you sure? Let's go next, and that's where we crash. So here, okay. So it's not a node unique name. That's returning false. Feels like we're missing a call stack because it goes straight from here. No, it's not, because we're passing. Well, we pass by reference, so why are we? I guess I don't understand it on that deep of a level. Guess that gets called. And it's trying to unref, but the problem is that data doesn't exist. Oh. Am I supposed to do something with the class DB? Is that what it is? Wonder. Why did we not hit my breakpoint? I had a breakpoint right there. It's supposed to happen. Yeah, what's with that? It's not nice. It's turned on. It should be working. Well, you're basically dead at this point. Hello. Just doing some debugging at this point, so very exciting. Helps to talk myself through it sometimes, so I will be talking. It might sound like gibberish at some points. Yeah. Okay, so when we make one with me. Instantiate with a string Data's null pointer. If it's already configured, right? If it's an empty string, return. And so we look and we see if it exists. If it does exist, we pretty sure that's the ref counter, I believe. And then we unlock it, and then we return so that we don't do this, which is where we are instantiating a new data struct and registering it with the table. And then unlocking when we're done. So that's what should be happening. So maybe what it is that I'm calling that. And the problem is, because we didn't find it, it's trying to unref a non-existent data. I'm debugging. There's in the Godot code, there's string name and there's string, and I'm trying to figure out they work a little differently because string name is for unique names across the engine. I think if I just make it a new one. Then that should work. Hopefully. Hopefully that works. All right. We hit the breakpoint, not a crash, so let's see. Now it's a crash. Okay. I'm not sure why I have these errors because they shouldn't. Yep, so I'm working on a visual programming language for Godot. I call it Choreographer. It's really in the early stages, so it's not super pretty. I'm getting all kind of the back end stuff, like setting the base script, which means allowing it to extend from the existing nodes, so you can add it. Like if you want to be a character controller, you want to make it like a kinematic body or rigid body. And yeah, the removing it from the core in 4.0 is one of the reasons I decided to make this. Right now I'm working in 3.5, which still has the original visual script, but eventually I'm hoping to upgrade to 4.0. Excuse me. It's just right now 3.5 is a lot more stable. I could work with the beta versions if I want, but I'd rather not, instead of sticking with a stable version that I know works. Okay. I think I'm just gonna ignore those error squiggles because I don't know if they exist. I've had less than helpful... Oh, now they're gone. I've had less than helpful messages from Clang. Where's your error? Cool. I don't know what that is about, but I'm going to leave it. Yeah. What if I print a line and say, I really don't care, I just want it to be a breakpoint. That is public, it should be accessible. It's stored as a string name, so that should be fine. Okay, so with that as a breakpoint, we should be able to see if it gets that far is what I want to see. I think it's skipping over. Oh yeah, .NET 6 is really nice. I am excited. I'm gonna start doing another stream series, community horror game series, and I'm gonna use Godot 4 and get to experience all the glory of .NET 6 support. For now, for Choreographer, stable, but for that game series, I'm gonna play with what's new and see the new shiny engine. Okay, so we're hitting the breakpoint. This right here, I believe, is where we're crashing. And that's it. It's just for some reason it's skipping right over it in the call stack. That's weird. Okay. So we are getting, right here, it's this operation that's happening. Let me just see. I'm just gonna kill this. V format. Then go base class v script. All right. Let's see that. Kind of excited to get trying out with the horror game. I haven't made a horror game in a while, but from the polling I've been doing, it seems like it's going to be a Dead Space 1 inspired game, which is one of my favorite games, so I'm really excited for that. I have had a fun idea since playing Dead Space to see if there's a way to make it so that one of the monsters can only be hit like on the neck. They have to be beheaded. We have no local variables apparently. Hello, did you not print out the information? What's up with that? What's up with that? I need to see that call stack again and see what is up with it, because that's weird. I don't like that. This does seem to be how choreographer development goes, is either I'm doing great, it's going super fast, and I'm making all kinds of cool stuff, and then I stop. And suddenly there's one thing that's a problem, and I can't do anything until I fix that one problem. Go and go and go and go and boom. Am I able to inspect? Do we know what this is? No? Guess not. Yeah, the scene tree, it takes a while to learn that. It's really nice once you do learn it. I originally came over to Godot from Unity, and I think the easiest way to put it is instead of a game object, every component is a node itself. But it's nice that Godot doesn't discriminate between what's a game object and what's a scene, because you can just kind of serialize and make individual scenes for as small or as big of a section as you want, and then changes propagate across all the instances, which I love. So is it going to print the information that I want? Got anything for me? No. Don't wanna give me anything useful. Okay. So it's always crashing whenever we're trying to access the data, which means that the data is bad. Which I don't understand. The code seems foolproof, but maybe I'm really the fool. So when I make it, it's a string name off of the base script string. Yeah. And that's a static bool. Yeah. And finds it based on the hash and name. That's from a C string. What if I just don't even try to do anything on it? Just run it. I don't need a breakpoint there. Alright, let's do that. Why is it not printing? Let's see if I can cheat. Does it need to be a string name? I'm pretty... Well, maybe it doesn't. Okay, so I do have to return a string name there. What if I go back in here? Don't have to all caps here. And I added where is it? It's okay. I'll break out of the for loop once we're done doing this. Goodbye. That's going to cause a lot of problems. All right, let's see what kind of bugs we have and what errors we have. I'm sure I have something. I just Clang is giving me errors that I don't necessarily think exist. Let's see what is. I didn't put a semicolon. Well, that tells me it's going pretty good. That might be it. Can you hear me now? Suppose maybe if I type it, it's faster. Yeah, maybe you can hear me. We'll see. Maybe not. I know I have a noise gate set up in my streaming software so that every tiny sound, good, you can hear me. Every tiny sound doesn't get put into the stream. Like I have a squeaky chair and it'll creak anytime I move. I got some other things, but I'm using a pretty basic PNG tuber software, and so it picks up all of the itty bitty sounds. So I think that's what it is. I wonder if maybe I up the threshold for a bit. I forgot to stop it from the last instance, and that's why it's not running. Okay. Yep, returns from the function. These are actually, oh, it's gone. The error macros, those are really nice. I don't use them enough. I really need to use them more. They are super helpful, and I'm really happy to whoever had that idea. Or maybe perhaps that's a more experienced developer thing that I just don't fully understand myself. You failed to get a string name from class. Let's... So script is not null, script is valid. And now let's just try this. If I remember correctly, I should cast it. Script is inaccessible? Oh, it's at a... Does it not like it because it's a built-in name? And just go script ref. See if that works just fine. Yeah. Love it. Right, we can't do... I wish, please, can we get rid of this error? That's not how the language works, is it? Yeah. Here, constant. I'm not gonna change it at any point. I'm trying to do string name. Why, oh why? So that should automatically search for it in the database if it already exists. And if it doesn't exist, make it. I don't understand why making it as a variable first works, but then putting it initialized in the function call doesn't. That is one of the reasons I don't like C++, is because it has all these funky things where it's like, why doesn't this work? I don't know. You have to be an engineer to figure that out. Goodbye, I don't want that. Yes, okay, it's working. Okay, so base class can be assigned in here. It's not friendly. It's every class in existence. But that's a future problem to deal with, is how to make it more friendly. So if I want to go back to node, accept and apply. And it hasn't changed yet. But if I save, it's a node. Okay. And as you can see, that script is 50 bytes, not even kilobytes, 50 bytes. So it's super small. There's no data really being stored, but I mean, it has a class name, it has a base class, and you can change the base class anytime you want. So now I think I can get into the fun stuff. So if I want to make a new function, I want a function list here? I think I do. All right. How am I doing on time? I think I've got 20 minutes to go for today. That's all I have time for, at least. So let's see what we can do about function blocks. So in Lang, okay, so block is the definition, and I have a block instance which has nothing on it at the moment, so it's not really implemented yet. Okay. Just clear out some of the stuff that we don't need. So when we're binding methods, give this a special block section. A dictionary, block segments. Settings. Copy this actually. No arguments. Dictionary. cut. Okay, so what that is that's initializing a virtual function. So in the editor, when you make a script, it can extend that virtual method. And the reason I'm having a dictionary of settings is so that each block can define what options are available, and then those options can be manipulated on the block itself. So that way you can define one block and have different options for it. Like if you want to get a variable, you know, what variable are you choosing? Well, there's going to be some options then available. And so based on how advanced the person making the block goes, it can be a little more interesting for how it works. So right here, we are testing a custom block, and it already knows that it doesn't match because we know that it needs dictionary. Also, value 0 int what I should rename. All right. All right. Need you to be fast. Make sure that calls. I'm sorry. Right, it's a virtual class, so I don't allow instantiating it outside of its purpose. Do I want that? Yes, I want that, because if you want to make functionality, make your own script. That's what I want. I would like my icons to load. I do have an icon. I don't know why it's not loading though. Okay, but the virtual functions are being processed just fine. Love it. Update my Kanban real quick. Boom. That's working just fine. Oops. Entry. So my next step is to make definitions for the different core types of blocks. So a function entry is going to be a built-in type. The logic blocks are all going to be built in the standard lib. Custom block is going to be kind of a stub that grabs the script that's defined, the GD script I wrote there, and calls functions on it to apply the logic as if it's a built-in block. I think that'll work. I'm not sure how that'll do performance-wise, but this early in the project, I'm not super concerned about performance. If it simply works, that's pretty awesome already. So we're gonna do that. I'm gonna move that top of my list. Believe I'm scheduled. My schedule, it has more development on Friday. We'll see. I might do something on Thursday. It depends. Haven't decided yet. I'll share that out when I know, if I know. But I think that's what I'll start with, is the core block types. I think I'm actually gonna... no, that feels like a pretty logical flow of things to do. I think those are the top of my list there. So logically, I need these core types defined. That would be next. Because right now, block packs are for custom blocks only. And so for now, I'm just going to play with the built-in ones. Yeah. And I will need to figure out manipulating them. I really like the interface that Blender uses for their nodes, where if you drag a node on top of a connection, it'll connect itself in the in-betweens. That's really helpful. I really appreciate that. I want to make something similar to that if I can, but that will be next time. So thanks everyone for coming out.